The other day, some dude hit me up on Instagram and he was like, yo, I'm a faithful subscriber, but I must tell you, man, another menswear YouTuber stole your intro. So I was like, well, I have a couple questions for you. Number one, since you're such a faithful subscriber, why are you watching other menswear YouTubers, man? And number two, what do you mean he stole my intro? Like he used my beat? He was like, no, he didn't use your beat. After he did his little summary in the beginning of the video, he was like, intro. I was like, what? But I say intro, like this is like what I say. He's like, I know that's exactly what I'm saying, man. Like he used your intro, he stole it. I was like, send me the link. So he sent me the link and I clicked on it and the guy really did what he said the guy did. He did his little summary and then he was like, intro. But I'm going to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying to myself, maybe he's been saying that, you know what I mean? So I went back a couple of videos just to see, and no, he never said that before until now. I'm disappointed in you, bro. I'll be watching you. Intro.
You should come rolling my shit.
Yo, what up? My name is Vladimir Riché from chaseandrider.com, and in this video we're gonna talk about how to wear light brown shoes. So one of the videos that I had that really took off was called the 3 must-have shades of brown shoes and 1 to avoid. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it somewhere up here. I'll also include it in the description. But in that video, the color that I was telling you to avoid was light brown shoes. But it's funny, man, I got a lot of pushback on the light brown shoe situation, and I understood it because I knew that the pushback was going to come, because a lot of guys out there, they really love their light brown shoes, you know what I mean? Like to them, if they're wearing light brown shoes, they're really like doing something, Now all the guys that came after me with their pitchforks, I know for a fact that they're not wearing the light brown shoes the right way, because if they were, they would understand exactly where I was coming from. What I was saying was not that light brown shoes are impossible to wear. I was basically saying that if you're starting a collection, I wouldn't start with light brown shoes. I would get that probably as my 5th shoe, because there are so many other colors that are more versatile. So if you're starting a collection, you want to be able to wear as many different suits with your shoes as possible. So I got a few comments, a couple guys got mad. Some guy tried to tell me that I have to take the climate into consideration. He's from California and over there, people seem to wear more lighter colors. Nonsense. But the best comment that I received was from this dude Kurder, and he goes, he. What kind of crap this video sells? You have no idea about personal style. He. Please never go to Italy. That comment really hurt because I really wanted to go to Italy too. But he basically banned me from ever stepping foot into that country. So to all my Italian friends, I'm not allowed to come over there, man. But the crazy part to me was, and I gave examples in that video, like showing how hard it is to wear light brown shoes, you know what I mean? Here's the thing with light brown shoes. A lot of guys that love to wear light brown shoes typically wear those type of shoes with navy suits. Like, how many weddings you've been to and you've seen a guy in a navy suit wearing light brown shoes, man? Pay attention next time you're at a wedding. You'll see what I'm talking about. I've even seen guys at funerals wearing a really dark suit with light brown shoes on. So basically what I'm saying is dark brown shoes, burgundy shoes, black shoes, medium brown shoes, those shoes are a lot more versatile than light brown is. Ever since I made that video, I think I might have even mentioned in the video that eventually I will make a video that shows you the right way to wear light brown shoes. But I've had guys ask me in the comments when am I going to make that video. The tricky part was I didn't really own any light brown shoes, you know what I mean? I owned light brown shoes before I really started to get serious with menswear. But those shoes were trash, But I didn't really own any light brown shoes because whenever I'm buying new shoes, light brown is always like last on the list. And then TLB Mallorca came out with the Artista line, and one of the first pictures that I saw was a pair of light brown austerity brogue. So when TLB reached out to me, they told me I could have any pair of shoes from their collection or I could have one custom made. But I was like, nah, I want that one because A, that was the first pair of shoes that I noticed from their collection, And B, I've been meaning to make a video on the right way to wear a pair of light brown shoes, and that was my chance to do so. So I received those shoes a couple months ago. I did an unboxing. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it somewhere up here. And as I was saying, the pair of shoes are beautiful. Not to mention that those shoes are so comfortable from the first time that I wore them. So the first time I wore the shoes, I had to go to work. So I had the shoes on for like 10 hours. A lot of time when you're wearing a pair of shoes for the first time, they would advise you to only wear it for about 4 hours. But those shoes molded to my feet from the very first time that I wore them. So those shoes are incredible. I also have a link in the description if you wanted to check them out. So here's the thing with light brown shoes. You can't wear them with dark colors like brown, medium gray, charcoal, navy. If you're going to wear light brown shoes, you gotta make sure that the suit or the trousers that you're wearing with them are light in color. So for example, like the suit that I'm wearing right now, this is my latest suit, by the way, from Spey & McKay. This is a custom houndstooth light gray suit. If you're going to be wearing light brown shoes, this is the kind of suit color or pants color that you need to wear. Why you don't want to wear light brown shoes with dark colors like navy and charcoal is because there's too much of a contrast from your pants to your shoes. Now I know to a lot of guys, they're thinking that that's the way that it should be. Your shoes should really stand out. The thing is, like they said, the first thing that women notice about men are their shoes. If you're wearing really nice shoes, the shoes are going to stand out regardless. So women are going to look at your shoes anyway. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that you have to wear high beams on your feet. The attention should be on your face, not on your feet. It's like when you wear light brown shoes with dark trousers or a dark suit, the only thing that people are going to remember are the shoes. Like, oh, that was that guy that had on the really light shoes with the dark suit. To me, that's not elegant. What you really want is for everything to flow. So like me personally, I mentioned that before in my other videos, but when I get dressed, nothing is really outshining the other. So everything flows, everything is in unison with each other. The way that I've always thought about style is people gotta look at you and be like, this guy dresses really well, but I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is about him that makes him dress so well. Like, of course, people are going to have their favorites. Some people might look at you and be like, I really love this tie. Somebody else might look at you and be like, man, that's a killer suit. Somebody else might be like, damn, where'd you get that pocket square from? And of course, you're gonna get many comments like, those are some really nice shoes. You don't really want one piece to be fighting with the other pieces. And that's what happens when you wear dark suits with light brown shoes. Now I know some of you, even though I show you examples, you may not see what I'm talking about because you've been thinking for so long that this is the way that it's supposed to be. I remember a few years ago, one of my little cousins posted on Instagram, he was like, everybody knows that you don't wear a navy suit with black shoes. Navy suit, brown shoes. I was gonna let it slide, but I didn't want him on Instagram looking crazy. He's family, you know what I mean? And I was reading some of the comments and some dude was like, man, that's law. Preach. And I'm saying, that's law. What law is this? I didn't want to embarrass him on Instagram, so I sent him a text. And I was like, yo, bro, there's nothing wrong with wearing a navy suit and black shoes. That's actually one of the most classic combinations that you could wear. He was like, word, cuz? I'm like, word, fam. Not wearing black shoes with navy suits, that's not a thing. So he ended up taking the post down. And then fast forward 5 years later, I'm listening to the Michael K show and Peter Rosenberg said the same thing to Don. He was like, yo, Don, you're wearing a navy suit and you're wearing black shoes? What kind of animal are you? And I'm saying to myself, is that really a thing? Like, where does that come from? I never heard that before until my cousin mentioned it. And then fast forward 5 years, there goes Peter Rosenberg saying that to Don. And that's when I realized that's a thing. Some guys really think that. I don't know exactly where that came from, but let me break it down to you, man. That is not a thing. And the crazy part about it, those guys that be saying that, not only are they saying that don't wear black shoes with your navy suits, they're thinking that you should wear light brown shoes with your navy suits. That's why you see it so often. If you're going to wear light brown shoes, make sure you're wearing light pants or light suit to go with it. For example, in the summertime, you want to wear light brown shoes? Wear a nice khaki cotton suit. Perfect combination. In the winter, you want to wear light brown shoes? Wear light gray flannel pants or light gray flannel suits similar to what I'm wearing right now. So I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just saying that if you're going to do it, you have to do it right. Now, as far as the guy that told me not to ever come to Italy, I do notice that a lot of guys in Italy do wear like dark suits with light shoes. And the way I see it, man, Italy's a little bit different, man. I'm not saying that I accept it. I don't. I still think that it looks too jarring to my eyes. But if a guy in Italy is like 60 years old and he's doing that, What am I gonna tell him? You know what I mean? That guy probably been dressing up for years, and that's just what he does. And also, I'm not telling you not to wear them. I'm just telling you it doesn't look good. So when I talk to guys, I'm not talking to somebody that's like 60, 70 years old that's been doing it for years. Those guys in Italy, for example, that you see doing that, a lot of those guys been dressing up for years, man. At this point, there's really nothing that you can tell them. That's just the way that they dress, you know what I mean? Doesn't make it right, but it just is what it is. But most of my audience are guys that are just starting out, guys around my age or younger than me. Those are the guys that need to build a strong foundation. Like, to me, if you're building a foundation, light brown shoes shouldn't even be in your top 5. Well, it can be in your top 5 as the 5th shoe. So that's why I feel the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? That's not to say that you don't need a pair of light brown shoes. You just don't need a pair of light brown shoes in the first few. Get something that's going to be more versatile. For example, if you're wearing burgundy shoes, you can wear them with navy. You can wear them with medium gray. You can wear them with charcoal. You know what I mean? Light brown shoes, you can't do that, man. So that's basically what I'm saying. If you like to wear light brown shoes, wear light gray suits, man. It's not that complicated. One guy that does this really well on Instagram is my guy, the Outfitter from Chicago. Like, he has a nice pair of Adelaides from Gaziano and Girling. And whenever he wears it, he would wear it with like really light gray trousers. And it looks beautiful, you know what I mean? So I have nothing against light brown shoes. I just have something against it when it's paired with something dark up top. And speaking of other menswear YouTubers, I just asked this question on my Instagram. If you're not following me on there, you definitely should. My username is chase.rider. But what other menswear YouTuber would you like to see me collaborate with? Let me know in the comments. Not saying that it's gonna happen, but I would love to hear what you think. After all, I'm your favorite menswear YouTuber's favorite menswear YouTuber. So that was my take on the right way to wear a pair of light brown shoes. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, or everybody gonna think that you're a hater. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.